Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Asma Riyami, and you've tuned into your nation station, Oman FM. Now, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and today in the studio, I've got an advocate in psychological awareness about cancer, and she is a cancer survivor. Now, on this topic, on this conversation, I would like to warmly welcome today with us Zahra Al Kindi. Zahra, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Habibti Asma. Thank you so much.
How are you feeling today?
Perfect.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes,
Good. Enough energetic. I don't know. I'm a coffee person. So sometimes the coffee is the way to kind of like...
It does, to boost your day.
Exactly.
It does.
Exactly.
I had 2 mugs just for this interview.
Good.
I really had to have 2 mugs for it.
Now I have all your energy and all your attention.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for making time for us today.
Pleasure.
Now, I want to kind of start off a little bit steady. Now, you have been a voice in advocating for cancer awareness. I've seen you on interviews. I've seen you on several radio stations before, I've seen you in conferences. So I would like to ask you this. When did it all start? Your journey in advocating?
Whoa. Long ago.
Yeah?
Long ago. It was in 2017. Actually, I was still under treatment at that time. I was still doing my radiation after mastectomy. And it started with doctors. I didn't start alone. So my journey wasn't that easy, but somehow they had trust in me, because when I was admitted in the hospital for some complications for so long, like 8 months, I think they thought of a way of cheering me out of it. And they pushed patients to me so that I had to, to motivate them to go ahead with checkups, to go ahead with accepting reality, accepting losing part of their body, but then to survive the journey. So then I really didn't accept it in the beginning, but yet, and slowly I got into the stream, but it was through my doctors when it started.
Through your doctors?
Yes, and I was still under treatment, so it wasn't as easy as people see me now that I'm doing it so easily. It wasn't really.
I'm sure it definitely was very, very difficult. So you started in 2017.
Yes.
And you were ill yourself and going under treatment during that time.
Yes.
Do you feel like that maybe got you out of feeling a certain way at that moment? Was it helping you process something emotionally? Would you
yes, because actually for me as a cancer patient in the beginning, I was really that depressed person you can never imagine. I closed my world. I didn't allow anybody to support me except only my best friend. So my family, my colleagues here, they found it really difficult to get closer to me, to give me any positive words, to give me any hopes, because I thought I won't make it. And I didn't like people to pity me, to look at me like, okay, she was a strong woman and now she's sick and we need to be there. I didn't like it. And I didn't allow anybody to come close to me. At least you can say half of my chemotherapy journey, I was just trying to be all alone, only me and my best friend. And then later on, let me say that I because of my doctors, again, they started pushing patients to me and talk to me, and I talk to them. Actually, it's not they talk to me. I influence them. So then I thought, okay, maybe it helps me. When I feel I make others happy, I give them hope, and I see, I see that shine and hope in their eyes, and then I thought this thing is working good, but yet still I didn't allow anybody else who are let me say my families and my friends. I didn't allow anybody to get close to me, and then when I started speaking out.
Yeah, I kind of want to know about the first conversation you had.
It wasn't the first conversation or interview. I had to stand on a stage in a college, in a university, sorry. And the thing was, it was a mix of students, boys and girls. And imagine me how I was, trembling and shivering on the stage, and I couldn't say a word. So doctors did their part of awareness, and then the psychiatric also, she stood up and she said how difficult and how we go through depression. But when I came there to stand there, I just said, of course in Arabic, I was like, I am a cancer patient, and I started crying.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It wasn't easy the first year to talk about it, يعني,
The
openly.
first year.
The first year, yeah, because
Okay.
it's like it's practice, you know. I have to learn how to يعني, control, and I have control my emotions, and I have to know يعني, my purpose of standing up and speaking. What kind of awareness I wanna tell them or teach them, and who am I talking to? So when it was male and female, for me the male part was difficult because you're talking about a very feminine part of me,
Of course.
and I lost it, and I lost both of them. So for me to stand up and tell you, like, and at that time, of course, you're talking about 9 years ago. So it's like I was really young, and I can't accept يعني, to feel incomplete. And I can't admit it in front of everyone on the stage and say to students, okay, I've lost it. So then that what made it so difficult to say it loud that it's actually, I didn't say it loud like I'm incomplete, but that's how I felt. You know, now when it feels like
definitely.
And people don't understand that. They feel like, okay, she's exaggerating. But the first year was difficult. I had to take it slowly, gradually. But then yet, I had to stand up suddenly on a stage at the SQU University, where they had I think most of the colleges and universities from Oman, يعني, you can say more than 500 to 600 students with their teachers, and it was only ladies. And of course, I practiced before, a week before, with all يعني, whoever is going to participate in that. And I thought I will never do it. But that was when I was under pressure, okay? And the producer of the whole event was like, he told me, listen, Zahra, we are connected to Oman Live TV. Yeah, and I was there since 7 in the morning, and he was telling me, I think that was at 2 o'clock when they have to go on news, or I don't know what time. Yeah, I think it was news, live news. Mm-hmm. So I had only 2 minutes to say it because they have to end, cut, and connect back to the TV. So I was scared, and I said, and whenever I peek and look at the stage, it was, mashallah, it's like the opera house. You can imagine how the place is full of girls, and you only see abayas, and I go like, oh my God. So when he said now, he didn't give me a chance to think, and he said, like, everybody's done. You have only 2 minutes. Whatever you know about your journey, make it in 2 minutes. Clear, open sentences, effective, and emotional. And I was like, okay, so now how will I say that? And, exactly. So I thought, like, 2 minutes is what? To say what? I can't even say salam alaikum. I couldn't say that. And when I walked in, and think that's the only one boost I had, and here I am today. So when I walked in, I just opened my arms and I said, okay, so this is, I said, here I am, Zahra Al Kindi, a survivor. Yeah, so I briefed my journey in 2 minutes, and it was amazing when everybody stood up and clapped their hands, and I was like, okay, I did it. Very brief. I had breast cancer. It's genetic. I didn't choose to be treated abroad. And I wanted to stay with my family. I wanted to stay with my kids because they are my support. Beside that, yes, I lost both of my breasts. Fine. But yet, the difficult part was chemotherapy, and radiation was fantastic. And here I am today. Done! It was like fantastic. So then, since then, I'll tell you, it was really perfect for me to go out and say. And when I started going out on radio shows, people were crying. Everybody in the studio will cry, but I won't like you're tearing now. So.
Of course, because I feel every word you're saying. I have seen, my mom go through a scare. I have seen, my auntie go through it. It's, around us a little bit. So I completely sympathize with you. I hear you. I'm listening, and I feel what you're feeling. We're both women.
Yes.
And yes, women are incredible. Yes, women are strong. But people forget that we actually go through the feelings in order for us to be strong.
Yes.
For us to be resilient. We actually go through our emotions, and these emotions are not easy. Yes. But the fact that you could stand strong, be brave and advocate for other people because you know how important it is to talk about it. I know how important it is to talk about it. And don't worry, we have way more than 2 minutes today.
Yeah,
We're gonna
alhamdulillah.
have way more than 2 minutes today. Now, the theme this year for Breast Cancer Awareness Month is every story is unique. Every journey matters. Yes. Now, would you tell us a moment in your journey where you believed everyone should know this right here?
Yeah, and yes, I have to say this. As a patient, when I was going through cancer, the reason that I closed up, I didn't want people to know. I couldn't tell my family, especially because I lost my mom with breast cancer and brain cancer. Yeah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, that was quite some time, 15 years ago. And I wasn't present, when she was going through cancer. So I didn't know the reaction and how my brothers and sister felt. And me being the last born in the family and diagnosed with cancer, I closed up because I couldn't tell them that I know how you feel. It's people always, they think that you want to tell me you know how I feel the pain, but actually it's more difficult for me to look at my beloved one and tell them, I see how they suffer. As I see your tears now, you make me cry.
No, I'll get up and hug you, Zahra.
It's always, we can't tell them that we know how much you love me.
Yeah.
And I know that you wish you could just exchange the health. You take my cancer and you give me your health. We know it.
Yeah.
But we can't say it loud. And I'm saying it now, thank you for trying to be very strong. They all never show tears. They all didn't say any negative word. They were trying to be supportive, and I understood. I personally understood that they were going through a huge pain because they were scared that, okay, they lost my mom and they know how she suffered. I didn't know because I wasn't here, so I didn't know how much she went through, the whole journey. And I know that they are afraid of losing me because maybe I'm the charming one in the family and I'm the youngest one and da. And I never said thank you to them for being there, but they tried to be there always. And I always pushed my sister, the only sister, and this is what we do. We push our parents, if we have parents, to support us because we don't want them to go through the pain, or we don't want to see their pain. And most of, we have it very common in Oman, especially culture. You'll hear the patients, as soon as they get diagnosed, they'll tell you, no, I don't want to tell my mother. My mother, she didn't know until I was done with everything, but yet she suspected because I lost my hair, I lost my eyebrows, I lost everything, and I changed. And I go why you don't tell her? And she goes haram, my mom is just too old and she's having a blood pressure, or she's diabetic, or she's, she can't handle this, and she won't handle this kind of news. But I'm sure we need their support. And I want to tell them, try to understand that at that moment, because I know how you feel, and because I know the pain you go through, for me, I don't want you to be there. I don't want to see that because as it's painful. For me, it's more difficult than going through cancer itself or handling my own depression.
Not being able to connect to your loved ones at that moment.
No.
Let's talk a little bit about that support. How can we all play a supporting role? How can we all play a supporting role to be there for someone that is going through cancer, or someone that is going to be affected by cancer? What kind of support would you think someone can give?
Treat me normal as you could pretend. As normal, that would help the patient a lot. It doesn't matter if we're talking about as a close first relationship or a colleague. Just try to treat me normal. Never try to point with any keyword you're trying to use, like don't pressure her or don't let her drive long or whatever words. Don't use it because that is not supporting. Yeah, you are doing the opposite way. And yeah, and especially there are a few words people they use, and I always try to يعني, to educate them that you think it's positive when you tell me that. Don't use these words when you know, okay, Zahra is diagnosed with cancer. So don't use words like, time will pass, and you will see your kids graduating, and you will attend their weddings, and you will be there.
I don't want to laugh.
Okay,
But I feel
see?
you. Yes.
The moment you say that, I know that, okay, she knows I have cancer. That's why she's saying that, number one. And number two, she knows I won't make it. Maybe they know things that I don't know about my condition. So that's why she's telling me this, just to keep fighting. But she knows I won't make it. So it's totally the opposite. So these words of people thinking that you are encouraging me to fight and stay strong, it's not. It's not helping us at all. Beside that, showing a lot of care. Let's say, for example, you're my sister, but you have your own home, you have your routine, and I have mine. People, what they do is they try to show up every day. It's like you're giving me a message that I want to be there every day before I lose you and you leave soon. I don't want you to do that. If we used to meet once a week at our gatherings, then leave it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my best friend, I meet her, let's say twice a week for a coffee in the weekend or movie, please keep it that way and don't change it. Don't say I won't take her because, she's having cancer. I won't call her. I won't tell her, okay, I won't put pressure for her. Okay, let's go for a movie or our normal dinner or coffee. Because as soon as you start changing, you're putting me down, because I feel like, and this is what happens with the culture, that everybody is visiting you constantly, daily, hourly. Because to us, I feel like, are they trying to say goodbye? And they feel I'm leaving soon, I'm departing soon. And I just don't want to feel that. Even if I'll be departing, I would want to feel normal until then, that minute. So we translate the way people support us negatively, totally the opposite way. So for you to be very supportive, please don't change the way you treat me. And don't try to be very considerate, like, okay, I won't take her out for long. Let me take her only for 1 hour. I won't take her in a crowd because her immune system is low. Just be normal. That's why I said just be normal, because that is very supporting to me. Yeah.
So just to simply show up, treat you like you're normal, and
treat me like I have a fever, or a flu. Just a fever and a flu.
Okay.
You don't have that strength, but yet you're just normal. Let's go, let's do, and never talk about disease or surviving or anything. Just talk about whatever you want to talk. Your work, your friends, your outings, your traveling. We talk about anything else, because people, they keep on advising all the time. And you feel like they're giving you instructions. No, don't eat this, eat that. Don't stay here. Keep it clean there. And I want to talk normal. Even if I am going to depart, I just want to feel like I'm not departing, because I'm accepting it anyway. I have to accept it. As a Muslim, anyways, we know that we're departing somehow.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but you don't have to show me like I'm going to go. I will depart in a very painful way, and a very So be as normal as you could be, and never come close to my close people, for example, my kids, and tell me like, did you tell your sisters or your brothers how your kids, their sleeping pattern, the eating pattern, how they get angry? Did you tell them? Did you talk to them about them? No, I won't tell anyone about my kids. They will survive if I'm not going to be here. So we don't like to be told like, you have to be prepared. Support me just to let me forget what I'm going through currently. That 1 hour will make a lot difference if we talk about anything else, or if you just treat me as normal or different than anybody else,
I totally understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes escapism is the way to go. Sometimes using escapism is the best way to support someone, because it's already happening.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already going through it. This is already here.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are already here.
Yeah.
I do not need to hear repetition. I do not need to hear confirmation.
Yes.
I already know. My doctors know. Everybody knows.
Yes. Yes.
Now let's just take a walk at the park or something.
Yeah,
and let's
exactly.
grab mishkak and a coffee
Exactly.
and then just like drop me
Whatever,
back to my
yeah.
chemo. Like don't I totally get it. It's kind of like how I operate as well in entertainment.
Yes.
I do use the concept of escapism, so it's less about making people happy or laugh,
Yes.
and it's more about making them forget for a moment whatever it is that they are going through.
Yes.
Now, let's talk a little bit about talking.
Talking.
Let's talk about talking. For anyone that, you know, could be afraid about opening up or talking about cancer awareness, that it could be a little fearful about advocating, not even for everybody else, just for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
what would you say to someone who is afraid to talk about it?
First of all, let's talk about who's afraid not to go through any checkup or check herself if she's having a cancer or anything, and that's the issue. For example, I excluded myself that maybe one day I'll be having cancer because I thought I was too young. Beside that, when you see the word cancer everywhere, you just look at the word Cancer Awareness Month, and you just ignore it because you feel like I'm not one of them. I'm not going to be one of them.
Yeah.
So the first thing is just accept that anything could happen and it's for your own good. You have to be aware of anything you read, anything passes in front of you. You see a cardiology, whatever conference, and you go like, what is cardiology? Okay, I'm not going to be one of them. You don't know that you're not going to be one of them. So this is one. Two, it's not, as I said, it's not easy to talk about it, Asma.
I know.
It's not every. You see, I'm
listening.
Yeah, I'm a very preserved girl. As much as you think I'm very open girl, فهمتي؟ you think that Zahra can talk about anything, but it's not easy for anyone to talk about. I'll talk about anything except myself. I'll talk about everything except my feelings, my fear, my negative thoughts. I will never tell you that. And until now, I will never tell anyone. And maybe that one person, if we say that, she has to speak because it's really important for a person to say and talk about it. For me, I think they should start with writing, facing it. I have an issue with that. I can't write what I feel because I'm scared to know what I feel and see it in words. And it's the same feeling. I'm scared to tell you how I feel because I don't want to face it. And I don't want you to discuss me about what I feel. So if I say honestly, Asma, currently I'm really scared, this is a nightmare of every survivor. It will come back. I know, it will come back. But that depends on your cancer. For me, it was genetic. It's genetic, and I know it will come back. So the only fear I live with 24/7 is, when is it going to come? Can I tell anybody that I'm not strong as you see me? And I'm scared that I'm not sure if it attacks me again, I'll survive. And I'm not sure that I can handle it. Why? Because I already know how difficult the trip was.
So going through it.
Yeah, going through the whole
again,
thing
yes.
again. So it's more terrifying because I know how it felt. And it's not about the physical pain rather than the emotional. Because you won't understand yourself. So you're just on a swinging moods and swinging emotions. Sometimes you're very sad and sometimes you're very depressed and sometimes you're very happy and none has any explanation. So you don't know why. And that makes it worse because I don't know why. Why is this happening? Why am I feeling so sad? So what? I do talk to myself, but I can't say it and I can't explain. And for me, I couldn't. And no, it's not easy for me to come and tell you while I am sick or going through the journey, to sit with you and tell you how I really feel. I won't be able. I couldn't, and I don't think any patient can do that. And that's why we see them crying all the time, or dripping tears, or trying to escape, run away from meeting people, and they tend to sleep when visitors walk in, because I can't really tell you how I feel. And finding the correct words, and until this minute, I can't tell you how it feels. Yes, I feel it's not Zahra. It's not me. It's not my body. It's not my, it's not me. I'm not a negative person. But what is happening to me, I can't tell you. And that's why I try to be, living in my own space, space or world, without knowing what is it. And I just want it to be over. So to talk about it, either you start writing, or some doctors, they tell you, okay, try to record yourself and listen to yourself, because as soon as you let it out, it doesn't matter to who, then it's out and you are relieved. Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
The fact that you were mentioning this, which was so super interesting, it's something I've personally experienced as a writer as well. When you see that difficult moment while you're holding the pen and you can't even write down the words, that is telling you how writing, or how effective writing it really is.
Yes.
So once you actually go through them and manage to write them down or record, or however it is, that is an effective way to go through your emotions and to process some of them at least.
Yes.
And when you process a little bit, you might be more lenient towards accepting support from others.
Exactly. صح.
Now, I actually really wanna ask you this. Now, I know it was a difficult journey, and you just talked about it intensively, and I connected to that a little bit. But that takes me to this next question. In terms of trying to stay positive, is there a way for someone to stay positive? Because you expressed a lot of feelings, and I don't want to ask you, how does one stay positive? No. I want to actually just go like, was there a positive spin to this? Did you find positivity in your journey? And if you did, yeah.
I did. It's actually, I think it was very easy to become positive when you start comparing your condition to others. And because you see other patients in front of you, their cases are way worse, you feel like, oh, okay, mine is just a piece of cake. I'll go through it. And you start comparing, looking at them, how they're neglected, they have no support, how critical, and maybe they're at the end stage, and maybe they're counting hours to depart. And I feel like, okay, so cancer is nothing. And it's actually, the thing is, the chronic diseases, they keep them together, all the chronic diseases and the last stages of all the chronic diseases. So you tend to see how people, they suffer. And you feel like, I'm becoming really dramatic now. And you start realizing that, no, I need to live. I have to live. I have to love myself. And I have to accept myself. Okay, so what? So, okay, you start thinking of going back. Because anyways, the moment you are in cancer, it's like you reboot your life and you start prioritizing your plans. And you start linking everything to what happened. So you go like, okay, so when I got divorced, there was a positivity. When I lost my mother, there was a positivity. And okay, when I started working and I didn't want to work, but yes, you see, all has an impact. So now if I'm having cancer, there's definitely a message. That's the way I boost myself. And comparing myself to others, and I saw the worst cases, and I saw the people who survived, and they just tell you, Zahra, it's been 10 years since I've survived. And that minute I said, if she could do that, why not me? If she survived, why not me? If you can do it, then I can. Then I can. And I go like, would I make it until that day? And I'll the same day and say like 10 years ago. And it is now 9 years ago, saying proudly. But you have to have, let's say, a goal of living. because we don't know. As I said, when we set our values and our plans, we actually don't have any goals in life. We have the routine life that we think that's how humans should live.
Yeah.
School, university, work, marriage, die. And we think that's a goal and that's happiness. But once you know that I have a goal and I have to achieve that goal, so I am going to fight it.
Yeah.
And it's not bad, because when you start comparing, and to be honest, that was my strength. When I started sitting with patients in the waiting halls, in the admission wings, and I see how negative the way they sound. And I started becoming so proud of myself. Like, I can sound positive while I'm not really feeling positive, but I can sound happy. Nobody can know that. Why do they have to sound like it's khalas, it's end of the world? It's not. But I have a goal for why I need to live longer. You can't decide to become happy or live longer if you have nothing to live for. And people would think that, okay, because you have kids and that's your goal, you want to live for your kids. No, I don't want to live for my kids. My kids, alhamdulillah, the way we lived, they are going to live.
They're amazing, but I'm still living my life.
They are going to have their life. They are going to live. Yani, subhanallah, yani, we think that we are the one to make them happy, to make their life fruitful and the future. No, we're not. We're just sabab, and a reason for them to be here. But I had another goal. I just realized that we are not here just to fulfill the routine. We all complete each other. And that's when I thought, like, what can I do or be to complete this society or this world? And cancer taught me to know my passion, because I didn't know. I thought, like, okay, being a mother is nice. I'm happy. A passion to be a strong mom or كذا, or to be successful at work, or achieving high certificates, educational certificates, and it wasn't really making me happy. And only a smile of a patient or his family accepting the disease made my life fantastic. And I knew, for me to stay positive, I have to be connected to these people. As soon as I disconnect, I feel I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do in life, because, as I said, we complete each other. Now I know I'm the connection, and I have to. If I am the connection, when I say I'm the connection, I mean the connection between the patient and the beloved ones, the patient and the doctors, the patient and the workplace, the patient and himself or herself. I'm the connection to tell her that she needs this. As you said, what support? I told you, you need to be this. Or she is feeling this way, deal with her that way. You need to survive this way. This is a passion that I didn't know what passion means.
To be like the mediator in these relationships.
Yeah, but no, I meant the word passion. When you say, I'm so passionate with this and this makes me happy. The word passion comes from inside. So if you lose everything in life, and that passion stays there, and you can still do it, and makes you, mashallah, fly, then that's what you're supposed to fight for and work for.
I commend you highly. I'm so proud of you. Why am I at loss of words? Wait, I'm a presenter.
Go back to the points that
No. I commend you for staying hopeful, for staying positive, for still finding passion in the midst of everything that sounds, chaotic, dare I say. You still found, found your passion. You still found your way. You counted your blessings.
Yeah.
You counted your blessings. You were talking about comparing your situation with other people's situations and thinking to yourself, alhamdulillah, I'm actually doing so much better.
Yes.
And I have support and I have this. And that is definitely a great way to stay positive. Yeah. Now, what would you say to anyone thinking, this is not going to happen to me?
If it happens to Zahra, it will happen to you. If Zahra can do it, then you can do it. You just believe that you will make it. and it's not your day. Cancer is not your يعني death sentence at all. Sometimes we choose how we want to live. It's not sometimes, it's always. And I always teach the kids that you will be what you want to be, and you will live the way you want to live. So for patients, just believe that it's only a phase, and it will pass, and you will forget. And it will be a beautiful lesson, and you will realize it was a blessing, it was a gift, it was something that you should appreciate forever, because it will change your life.
Yeah.
Yes, we feel like it turns our life upside down and everything gets complicated, but yet it turns upside down to the better, to the best life. We may not know it immediately at that time while you are going through the journey, but yet after surviving, you will know that it was beautiful to go through it. And it will pass. I always say, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, it will pass. It's just a phase that we think it will never end, but it will.
Yeah.
It will.
I actually want to attempt to conclude today's interview by going back to your journey. Good, bad, chaotic, maybe sometimes even impossible.
Yes.
How did that experience shape you to the person that you are today? Are you a stronger Zahra, a more anxious Zahra? How do you feel that experience shaped you to who you are right now?
Let's say, alhamdulillah, yes, people see me stronger, but I'm a person that, let's say I'm in my satisfaction level of life, at the final level of satisfaction, rida.
Alhamdulillah, contentment, yes.
Yes, I know that. I won't say this loud because I don't want people to think negatively to say that. Cancer was just a start of understanding that life is difficult, and the more it gets more difficult.
Yeah.
But because of cancer, whatever I go through now, it feels, let me say in a simple word, peanut. If I was diagnosed with honestly a heart failure, and I thought like, oh, okay, so what's gonna happen? Am I gonna die? Or wish? Okay, if I went through cancer, then let it be. And sometimes I feel like these doctors are lying. Am I having a heart failure? Really? Yes, in the beginning it was difficult, again, as any journey. But now living with heart failure for 4 years, you can't recognize that I do have. I have a heart failure.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with both kidney failure, a chronic disease. And I thought like, these people are just exaggerating. And I think cancer taught me to just take life easy and simple and accepting. And I just accepted, okay, so what? If I accepted cancer and I accepted the feeling, and the worst feeling to me is incomplete. I always compare that I'm not complete. But yet, so what? Whatever is going to come is just easy to the point where I feel like, no, this is not true if they say that I have this failure, that failure, this failure, that failure, and I just take bulk of medications and treatments. And honestly, because of I accepted that, I can't even feel that pain. I can't recognize it because they taught me to accept it and live with it. Doctors are just live with it. This is how they say. If you went through cancer, just live with the rest. And saying it, yes, I live with it. It doesn't scare me. And I don't feel that I do have those complications in my body. So, I don't know. I should give a message to all regarding this is love yourself. Love who you are. Accept who you are. Because we have different lives and different stories and different journeys. And what I went through, maybe you won't go through it, but it's just a lesson for you to learn how I went through and how I handled and maybe what obstacles stood on my way and blocked my way. And I felt I won't make it, but then yet while going through that, I learned to love myself. So for you to get to any goal or achievement that you want to get or achieve, just love yourself. You come first. So we have this different concept where my kids come first, my husband comes first, my mom comes first. You come first, because once you are happy and you accept your life and you accept who you are, then definitely you will give more to those people you love. You will provide more care and happiness and guidance and all these. So cancer is just a disease as any other disease. We could think about it that way. The word, yes, it scares us, but detecting it earlier saves your life. So when I say love yourself, don't ignore any signs or any strange signs in your body, in your feelings, in your kind of pains. Don't ignore it, because if la samahallah, it turns out to be cancer, then as you said, your mother detected it so early.
Yes.
And alhamdulillah, she didn't have to suffer, she didn't have to have that terrible journey. Alhamdulillah, detected. So when I say love yourself, love yourself.
Definitely.
In all means, I mean, love yourself health-wise, life-wise, educational-wise, career. Love yourself. Do what you feel you deserve to do, or you can do, and be the one you want to be, because cancer won't stop your life. Yes, it does turn our life upside down, but
it doesn't have to be the reason.
It doesn't have to be the reason to turn your life into a tragedy and say that it messed my life and I'm not the one anymore. Yes, I'm not the Zahra before cancer. I'm the better version of Zahra.
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. But some negative patients, they think they're the bad version, and they think that the one before the cancer, they were the best. It's actually no. God will never put you in a test if He doesn't know that you will become better and you can pass this test. Definitely.
Zahra, you are an inspiration.
Alhamdulillah.
For anyone seeking self-acceptance, anyone seeking self-love, anyone going through a rough time, anyone seeking support, escapism. You are such an inspiration for all of that. I again commend you for your bravery, for your advocacy, and for your lovely spirit. You have a beautiful soul, inside and out. It is obvious in every word you say, in every step you say. We work here in the ministry together.
Yeah.
I've seen you so many times. This is the longest conversation we've ever had. And it's been absolutely lovely.
Alhamdulillah.
So thank you so much for your time, for your energy, for your beauty.
Pleasure.
And hopefully, somebody else is listening and could take this, experience, could take this story today and, and support somebody else. Maybe go get checked.
Yes.
Who knows?
Please,
Who knows?
please.
Yes, please
and
go
stay
get checked,
positive.
guys.
Patience
and stay
out there.
Positive. Yes.
Yeah, it's just a phase, and it will pass. It will pass. Inshallah, it will pass.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
And as you said, God is not going to put you on a test if He doesn't know you can't handle it.
Yes.
Well, with that, we conclude today's interview. Thank you so much, and I hope I get to see you again.
Inshallah. Thank you, Asma, so much. Thank you so much.
Bye. We got it.